to teach you how to import raw footage into the computer, label it properly, and then do some basic edits. You should have already watched Intro to a Computer in the tutorials folder, and this project correlates with Scavenger Hunt. Okay, so first you want to check that you have your correct SD card. I am sitting at station 4, so I have SD 104 for being an intro to video class. If you're video 2, it's 204, video 3, 304, and so on. All right, so first thing you want to click on here, and our footage will be located under DCIM. And this is a folder view. I prefer a list view because you can see the dates. Okay, so I know that I shot, you can look at the dates. The scavenger hunt was done mostly on the 15th. So I'm going to click here. And now you can identify your footage based on the time. And the time might not be exactly correct depending on the camera, but you know that this is obviously my first period class. So this is period 1. And then we have second period, or actually this is third period, sorry, and then last period. Okay? So if you're in period 1, you're going to be, anywhere around 6 a.m. to, say 9 a.m. If you're in period 3, you're going to be anywhere from around 10 a.m. all the way up to, I would say, like 11-ish, 11:30. And then if you're in the last period, you're going to be, from 12 to, 1, maybe even 2 p.m. Okay? And, you can just click on it, and it'll start playing. Turn down the sound, and you can see if this is your footage. All right? It might be a little difficult in the scavenger hunt, so you want to maybe find a conversation piece because you might not recall exactly what you filmed. Okay, so once you have located your footage, you need to go into the Documents folder, and you want to find your period. I'm going to use period 1 as a sample, and then you want to go into raw footage. Okay, that's our raw footage. Nothing's been touched. It's uncooked, as I said, and we are going to bring it into the computer and edit it. So all your footage, raw footage for the entire semester will be in here. So we're going to separate them by project titles. I right-clicked, did new folder, and then I'm going to type in Scavenger Hunt. You may want to put your initials at the end, you and your partners, okay? It'll help you identify it in case somebody else accidentally puts Scavenger Hunt in your period. It's up to you. So I'm going to double click again to get inside Scavenger Hunt. And now I'm going to find my shots. And so I'm going to use first period shots. So there we go. It's close up of the water fountain. So I know 7:19 all the way, to 7:37. Okay. So I'm just going to, this is all my shots I can see by the time. Me and my partner's shots, I should say. So you can just click and hold to draw a box and highlight them all and drag them over, or you could always click on the first one and hold down the shift key and click on the last shot, and it'll select everything in between. And drag it over to raw footage. This is the most crucial step. You want to remember that you immediately drag your raw footage from the SD card into the folder. And now you want to close your raw footage folder because you never want to touch files on the SD card. It'll corrupt it. So now I have all my videos, and you want to name them. So before we even start editing, you have to name them, because if you keep them as a number, there's a chance one of my other classes could have the same number on their SD card and erase your file. So the easiest way is just draw a box around all the shots, right click, and select rename. Now they should be in this format, but you want to just choose format. But most of yours should open like this. So you want to make sure it says format, and then you're just going to name them Scavenger Hunt. And I would put P2 for period 2 after your period, so somebody else doesn't name them Scavenger Hunt and kind of erase your files. Or you could put your initials, and then you just hit rename. You can see it renames them all and just puts a number after them. So we had P2, so it just put 1, 2, 3, 4 after P2. Okay, When we get into making short films, you will name them according to the shot type. But for this project, we're just going to rename them so we can start editing right away. So now you can close this window and we're ready to open Premiere. Just double click. This window should appear and open the program and you'll get the main window. If this does not appear, just come up here, and if you see Premiere Pro, you just have to do File, New Project, or Open a Project if you're editing. Sometimes this little window doesn't open. So we're going to start a new project. You want to click on your new project, and all these steps are also written in your portfolio, how to set up a project, your last pink plastic protective sheet. So first thing, you want to name it Scavenger Hunt. And then I always put my initials and my partner's initials after. And here's the most important location. You need to put it in the right spot. Browse, desktop, documents, and whatever period you're in. I'm doing in period 2 and not inside raw footage. Raw footage is only for raw footage from the camera. The rest period 2, your file names will go in period 2. As you can see, I have KE, a haiku project already. Hit choose and then just hit OK. And your window should open something like this. Now to make it full screen, you can just double click on the light gray and it'll expand. And we'll quickly go over. We have this window. This is where your raw footage will be stored. This window is what we call the viewer. You'll view your raw footage. This is called the program, or sorry, this is called the source now. They changed it. Source or viewer. View your raw footage, view your source footage. Program, this is where all your programs are gonna, sorry, all the edits you apply, okay, will appear here. So they call this program or canvas sometimes, like a painted canvas or final painted product over here. This is your toolbar. This bottom window is your timeline, and then we have your audio meter. Okay, so right here, you can either go File, New, Import. File, not New, Import, or you can right-click and do Import. And then you want to go to, if this doesn't open, Desktop, Documents, period 2, Raw Footage. It'll usually open right in period 2. Scavenger Hunt. One click on Scavenger Hunt. Let's import that whole folder. So here's a mistake. Rather than, if you click on this folder, you open, they call them bins. It's the same as a folder. And you kind of get lost inside these bins. I like to just use, I'm going to close that panel. I like to just use the arrow. This way I can stay in my main project window. And now you just want to look through your shots. All right, so you want to go through and you can click and look at the footage. Another way is down here you can change your icon. So if you click on icon view and then double click in the folder, there we go. Click on it, you can actually see the picture, so it might help for you to easily determine which are the wide shots. Right, so like right here, here's my wide shot. So I'm going to say this is person A. Okay, and let's look. So it should be 3 seconds. 12 seconds total. So I know this person did good because they have a 3-second head, a minimum of 3 seconds of the shot, and then a 3-second tail. Okay, so let's go through and roughly, I'm moving this blue icon to see here's my time I'm in the shot, here's my length of the shot, and I'm going to select an in point, mark in. You could also press I on the keyboard. You can see where it says mark in on the screen. It always has the letter at the end in parentheses. That's a shortcut on the keyboard. So I for in, and then I'm going to let it go however long you want. This is up to you. Okay, so I'll say right there, out. So the minimum should be 3 seconds. This is 8 seconds, so we could even trim it back if we want. Okay, but you can make it as long as you want. The minimum is 3 seconds for the shot. Okay, and then you can take your shot and drag it down to the timeline, and it may pop up a question. Do you want to change the format to match the match the video, match the raw footage, or match the clip? I can't remember it exactly. And you always hit yes. If it pops up with a question, just hit yes, because you want to make sure that this timeline is formatted to the aspect ratio and frame rate and size of the videos that you're editing. So here's my first one. And now we want to do a wide shot of person 1. That's the second one. So let's find the wide shot. Here we go. Looks like there's pretty close to a wide shot. Would have been better if we saw their feet, but it's okay. Go about 3 seconds in, hit the in point, and then hit the out. And that tells you how, now this is always the length of the shot. If you do in and out points, here's the length, so it's 4 seconds. So say if you hit out and this says 1, that's not long enough. It needs to be a minimum of 3. So that's good enough. Okay, so then you can drag it over and do insert, and it'll put it right after the shot. And you also have the option to drag it down and snap it. You want to line it up. So the problem with this is if you let it go here, now you have an empty space, and it's just going to be black. We call it a flash of black. So you want to avoid that. So I always bring my timeline to the end of the shot, and if you press up on the arrow key, if I'm going to press up right now, it up and down go from shot to shot. So now I can insert, and now I have my wide shot of person A and my wide shot of person B. There we go. So the best step is to just worry about getting all your shots down. So now I need a medium shot of person A. So let's look like it's more of a medium close-up. I mean, this is a medium, the person sitting. So we're going to use this one. In. Oh, see, I'm going to mark. Oh, 10, okay, so they got it. So in, press in. So if I marked in at 3 seconds, plus 3 would be around 6-second mark. So out. And now I need a medium shot of person 1. All right, we're just going to use this one as the medium shot. No, it's not the best. So this is the best one we have. We have to use it. So in, and then out. It's 2 seconds, so it's not long enough. Out. Okay, this is how you can zoom in on the time bar. These little handles, you can drag them out to zoom out or drag them to zoom in. All right, so now I have 3 seconds, 3 frames, just enough. Drag it over to insert. So you want to do this with all your shots. So you should have 14 shots down here by the time you're done. Same thing down on this timeline. You can drag this handlebar to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so you should have 14 shots, and then the next step is to add black slug. Okay, so I'm going to do File, New, and it's called Black Video. You just hit OK, and it's right here. Appears in your browser. All right, so I'm just going to double click. Now you always kind of start really zoomed in, and it's only giving you 3 frames. So you just want to hit in, and you want 1 second. There we go. Oh, I stopped it exactly 1 second. If you go a frame or 2 over, it's okay. So I hit my out point. I can zoom in, see now I have 1 second of black. And you want to insert black between each group of shots. So between the two people, you and your partner wide shot, you want to insert black. Insert. And then go to the next group of shots down here. And that's medium shot, insert black. And then so on and so on. So person A, person 1, person A, person 1, and there should be a black slug in between each one. Once you're done with that, we got to add some text, okay? And just a quick note, when you see the blue outline, that's the window that's selected. So a lot of mistakes, people have this window selected and try to type down here. You have to have the window selected you want to work on, okay? And we have our toolbar here. The only tools we care about is this arrow and then this text tool. Okay, the rest you don't have to worry about. All right, we can figure that out later. If you happen to drag down a really long shot by accident, so let's just do that. So let's click this one and pretend you accidentally dragged it over without doing your marks, and look how long that is. Okay, you could also trim it down here by just trimming off the 3 seconds of each one and then sliding it down. All right, so the next step is to add text. So I'm just going to click on my T icon. You want to make sure you have these outline boxes. Those are your safe title area. Right click, safe margins. So if it's not on, you right click and make sure safe margins is checked. All your text must be inside this inner box. This outer box is like the frame edge. So a lot of times we won't even see the outer part right here. It won't show up on the screen. And then the inner part is just for safe title for all aspect ratios, whether you're watching on your phone or in a big movie theater. So you just want to click. We want the text in the center bottom. So I'm going to click in the center. There we go. And I'm going to start typing. Wide shot. And you can abbreviate WS, wide shot, person A. All right. Now, here's the problem. It only comes in it very small, like 3 frames, and you're going to have to extend it. Okay. So I'm going to extend it right here. You know what? And we're just doing wide shot. We're just going to do the shot types. Sorry, not person A. So let's type out the whole shot. Wide shot. I'm sorry, first time I'm making this project in this video. So I clicked on the, once I typed it, I clicked on the arrow. It's easier for me to position. Okay, and then under effect controls is where you can edit the text. See right here, text, drop down, and then it's kind of similar to Google Word, Google Docs, and Microsoft Word. You can hit the center icon. That'll center the text if you want to keep typing. And we want white. We want a drop shadow, black drop shadow. Click on the gray. I can make it black. I like to make it 100%. And see how that pops? All right. So you're going to have just the shot type for both person A and person 1. All right. So let's do that one more time. I'll come down to my next shot. Text. Click in the middle. And this is going to be a medium shot. And then I'm going to extend the box over both shot type, both person A, sorry, and person B. And then I want to click. So right here, here's my medium shot. Center it, kind of centering it. I'm just going to drag it down. And there we go. And you can see when you start typing it, it keeps the drop shadow and all that familiar. Let's try one more time. Come over here, text, and this, we'll just say this is a close-up. That's a third one. So it should keep, as long as you keep typing, the drop shadow, so you only have to edit once. Okay. So once you have 14 shots down with, you'll have 7 different texts labeled: wide shot, medium shot, close-up, medium close-up, tilting shot, tracking shot. Oh, I'm sorry, reverse tracking of person 1 was different, and then panning shot. So you'll have 8 different text names. Then you are ready to export, and you want to watch the video how to export. I'm going to show you how to add a title card, some black video for space in the front and in the end, and export for a grade. Make sure right here, file, save. You want to try to do that every 10 minutes. Don't do save as or save a copy or save all. Just save. And if you go and it's grayed out, let's look. No, mine's not grayed out. But if it's grayed out, it's already saved. Sometimes the computer saves. I think they save every 15 minutes. And there you go. Good luck.